Hello, Dizzee. How you doing?
What's going on, brother?
I'm doing fine. You just had your first show in Finland ever. How was it?
It was the best. People were really receptive. We had a big party, man. Where were you, man? Where were you?
Well, are you coming back?
I hope to come back, man. The people want me to come back, so I need to come back. I've got my album coming out in September. It's called Tongue and Cheek. Everybody needs to check that out. You get me?
There was a rather praising article on Guardian the other day. It said that you are the first black male superstar in Britain. How about that?
Wow, that's amazing. I appreciate that someone would say that. That's good, man.
Yeah, and it was based on a show that you did on Glastonbury. I think that went pretty well.
It went very, very well. Hundreds of thousands of people. It was beautiful. They're just like same kind of vibe here today. Jumping up and down, just very happy, man. That's what I bring to people. Joy and happiness.
Well, there was a big debate last year because Jay-Z was there and Oasis guys was telling that no, Jay-Z can't be on Glastonbury. How do you feel about that?
Well, I did it the year before Jay-Z and with Arctic Monkeys and it went well. I mean, I think as long as you give people a good time, it doesn't matter whether you're a rapper or a rocker, man. It's just you give people what they want.
Yeah, so you don't have a problem playing in rock festivals, do?
Nah, I'm actually a rock fan. I was actually a rock fan since I was a kid. I used to listen to like Guns N' Roses and Korn and Iron Maiden. And a few years ago, I actually supported Red Hot Chili Peppers around Europe. I followed them around Europe and did some shows with them, so that was good.
Yeah. Well, your new album is due for release in September. Yeah. Tongue and Cheek is
Tongue and Cheek, yes.
Yeah, and based on two singles I've heard, Bonkers and Dance With Me, it seemed to me that you have done your most commercial album to date.
Most definitely, yeah. It's just the most joyful and up-tempo, happy album. It's basically an album you can leave on and keep it playing and have a party in your house or wherever you are. That's the kind of vibe I wanted to go for. It's a nice year, it's a nice summer. We're heading into the first decade of the 2000s, so everything's beautiful, man.
And based on the two singles and looking at the charts, it's doing pretty well, both number ones in Britain.
Yeah, I've got another track called Holiday that's coming next in the UK. We're hoping to get a number one with that as well. We played it here today. The crowd loved it. They went mad. They're jumping up and down. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, Dance With Me, the first single, it was the biggest club hit, or at least the best club hit last year. Wow. It was a great song. Have you experienced it itself that when it's get to play on club, what's the reception is like?
I'm trying to think if I've been in a club and it's come on. I've had, yeah, but it's not fair when it comes on there and you're inside there because sometimes people dance because you're there or the girls come around and all that. But I just see when I perform it, the vibe and the reception it gets is beautiful. It's the best.
Well, the other song, Bonkers, you did you did the track with Armand van Helden. How did you get contact with New York legend dance dude?
He came. He approached me. He just sent an email with the track on it, and I just vocaled it, and the rest is history. Yep.
Yeah, and the Holiday. What kind of song is that?
Holiday is it's a bit kind of electro, then it goes into trance, kind of R&B. It's hybrid. You know what I mean? It's really happy, joyful song. You know what I mean? Something for the ladies, something for the guys to get with the ladies or whatever you're into. You know what I mean? Have a party, have a good time, man. Good time. That's always spreading positivity. Yeah.
Well, you are described as the first superstar of grime, but there isn't that much grime influences anymore in your music.
See, I wasn't influenced by grime in the first place. I made what became called grime, and my influences, some of them are the same and some of them are different. I'm still influenced by things like drum and bass and garage music, but now I'm also influenced by things like house and techno and electro as well. So that's why my music sounds different.
Yeah. Well, there was some disagreements between you and other well-known grime artist Wiley a few years ago. What's the status on that? Are you still enemies?
We're enemies. I don't really care, to be fair.
No comments on that.
I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, but have you talked to him?
Who cares?
Okay, that says enough. Well, before I go and go back to the radio show one last question, and I have to ask this first in Finnish. It's paljonko jätkä nostaa penkissä, which means how much is your record on lifting weights on bench press?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't really go mad with it.
Yeah.
Really. So.
You don't do records in that.
I don't do it for competition. I just do it to keep fit and that. So it's all good.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dizzee, for this, and have a great summer.
Bong. Yeah. Later.